Man, what's up, world? It is good to be alive, that is for sure. Good laughs out here in Vegas, Nevada.
Wow.
Tuning in from the Mirage, getting ready for some business meetings. I got Mr. Antonio Wilbur in the building.
Good to see you, Jacob.
All the way from Akron, Ohio. Avalier Consulting, doing big things down there.
Definitely.
It's good to see you, man. Why don't you tell the world a little bit more about what you've been up to, what you got going on down there in Akron. Tell the world what's been popping.
For sure. Thank you, Jacob. Good to be coming to you guys from Las Vegas. The Mirage is beautiful. I believe it's probably about 100 degrees out here, so definitely a different temperature than what we're doing down there in Akron. But, as of right now, we're really just building a foundation, And it's been great because we've been there for about 2 years now, solid, Jacob.
Yeah.
We've been really doing good in the market right now. I believe we're producing close to about $500,000 in revenue on a monthly basis just for some of our largest clients down there, And I think Akron is coming up a little bit. Obviously, when I first went there from Toledo, Ohio, I wasn't too sure about the city. I learned that it was a rubber division. So one of the biggest things that LeBron James himself said about the city was he wanted to bring more businesses to the local city of Akron,
Yeah.
So I always thought that would be room for improvement or room for growth or, kind of room for me to kind of get in there and bring that business to the world. And now 2 years later, I start to see Akron blossom. LeBron James just opened up a brand new school, I Promise Academy, for 7th and 8th graders. Really amazing. So the city is changing and we're really just starting to bring opportunity to Akron now,
Nice.
I realize that the average Ohio millennial right now, 37 years or younger, Jacob, they only make about $20,000 a year.
Wow.
So it's really crazy to be able to say that out loud, but it's even more of a blessing to be able to say that our entry-level person here at Avalier Consulting starts off at about $50,000 a year, So we're really changing lives, Jacob,
nice.
and I think that's just what business is about,
That's nice. What's your thoughts on LeBron leaving to LA?
Oh, man, he always had to take his talent somewhere, whether it was South Beach or back to Cleveland, So I definitely think it's going to be exciting. LeBron James is definitely an athlete no matter where he goes. I remember going to a game of his, and it was practice, and he was the only person out there on the basketball court playing basketball, sweating his ass off, just because he was a person who's always had hard work. So I think he'll bring more of that leadership, that fighter mentality, that relentless mentality to LA. I just think he won't be able to replace Kobe Bryant, of course.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I like that you say the word relentless. I think that's one thing that always reminds me of you. So it's always good to be around you, man. I like when that rubs off. No,
for sure.
I know this is something that he would never tell you guys or brag about, but you're on pace to do over $250,000 in gross revenue this year with your business. So
yeah.
I know a lot of that comes from the door-to-door side of things with your business. If you don't mind, I feel like there's a lot of negative stigma to door-to-door. People have a lot of, their guards up or a negative perception. Maybe talk to the world about why that is and what your views are on the industry and how you've been able to have such high success.
Okay, definitely, Jacob. I think door-to-door starts off in a test of time. It was way before me, probably way before you as well, Jacob, but I believe what it really comes down to is how the world shifts. So probably about 30 or 40 years ago, your mother, my father, they didn't have the opportunity that we have today, And one of the things that was shunned out because of that was door-to-door. So you had to be a nurse, be working in a factory, if that's what your family came from. And I really believe that right now it comes from a person being able to decide if they're good enough to do something. And when you go to a regular job or regular workplace or even get scared of kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone to do something like knock on a door, Jacob, I think it's because they have limiting beliefs. I think they're scared, they're terrified of what's that unknown behind that door every single time.
Sure.
And I think one of the reasons why my client likes me, our business is growing right now, and I'm even able to be blessed to talk to you here today, is because I realize that the unknown is what's the success on the other side of the door. So now at this point, I believe truly that door-to-door sales is going to be the next new wave. And if you're not sure right now, but just a little peace of mind, Jacob, in the year of 2020, all major wireless retail stores will be gone. They're moving more towards direct forms of sales. So door-to-door, business-to-business, coming up straight to your house with an iPhone, selling you a package right then and there. So I believe that the shift is moving, and I would just hope that everybody would give it a chance, give it an opportunity, because sometimes you'll find just that, and that's what I've been blessed enough to do. Is it wasn't just door to door, I found an opportunity from it. And sometimes in life you got to do the things that most people wouldn't do, Jacob, so you can provide and live a lifestyle that most people can't in the future.
That's
so
nice.
I would say don't be scared of it. Get out there, knock on the door. Grant Cardone once said that if you're getting sales, you're expediting yourself 2 to 3 years just by knocking on the door than any other version of sales. So kind of put yourself out there, and you never know what's going to happen, you guys, because like Jacob said, I've been blessed enough to make close to about $250,000 this year alone, and it started off from knocking on the door.
That's nice. That's exciting. Now, talk to us about your goals for the next year, the next 2 years. Where are we going to see Antonio, in the future from now?
Great question. Honestly, Jacob, you guys are going to see me all over the place. I'm working harder now than I probably have ever been working. I've just been blessed enough to come back from a meeting with Pixie Motion. I'm on the new cover of the Source magazine, so that's always exciting. I got a couple other people that's going to be opening in a couple of markets soon. So shout out to John Buchanan, Elijah Clem. They're both on the uprise right now, so that's a couple of more offices. And I actually have a downline and GR right now who's kind of building up his momentum as well. So I see good things coming out of that market possible. And I think that's probably where we are. We're heading in the right directions. And I'm trying to put my hand everywhere I possibly can. Be on the lookout for me getting in an AT&T soon. Got to get in the B2B and res portion of things. Like I said, direct marketing, door-to-door, business-to-business. That's where everything heads. So look out for me everywhere. I'm moving to different cities. I have business partners all over the place. And I'm even doing things right now, Jacob, like offering people $15,000 a year in a free office.
Wow.
Just so I can show them what the opportunity really has.
$15,000 in a free office.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that for me. That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, my clients are greedy, Jacob. AT&T, Comcast, you name them, I work with them all. And we do so well in our markets right now that they want more. And I'm only one person, Jacob. I can't go all over the place. My daughter already asked me where I'm at nighttime sometimes. So what I'm looking for right now is I created something called Avalier University. And I call it the things that school doesn't teach you, So the real self-discipline, time management, financial management, the things that they don't teach you in universities nowadays. And I say all that to say this, Jacob. I'm looking for a partner in my organization. And this is a person that can help me grow an organization, take care of one of these markets for our clients, and make sure that they have opportunity and continue to provide for our clients as well. And I'm even offering people that have experience in our industry right now. They already have an office. They just don't have the structure. They don't have the processes. They don't have the right mentor, the right tutors. I'm going to be that person that invests with them. They can just bring 8 people, Bring 8 people. Bring the people that are motivated. Bring the people that are hardworking. And bring your mentality, and they already have the systems. And you know what? I'll give you a $15,000 sign-on bonus, Jacob, and I'll pay for your office space every single month. I just was blessed enough to have an opportunity right now, and I want to give it to everyone else. So I think if anybody heard me from that standpoint, you can start off from entry level, or of course, if you're already in that position and you're scared to go back down to the bottom, still come my way. I definitely can give sign-on bonuses, career opportunity, and make sure we take care of everything else on your end as well. Thanks, Jacob.
That's fabulous. Yeah, now I know you were a student of the Conine management training program a few years back, and now you're taking off doing big things out on your own, growing your own organization. If you can give the world a testimonial of what it's like here in Toledo, joining that program, what it looked like, what your first 6 months looked like, and the results that you've had from that.
Perfect. Well, honestly, Jacob, the CEO of Conine, obviously, me and him have always been great friends. So I think that's something that always kind of started off really good for me. And I think one thing that always holds him is he has that fighter's mentality, that winner's mentality. I remember Jacob used to walk around the office and say, winners win and losers lose. And it kind of built that structure and that culture inside of that Conine office right there in Toledo, Ohio. It built the culture of you're going to be that person that always fights. You're going to be that person that doesn't give up. You're going to be that person that stands behind someone else and pushes them forward. I know Jacob always used to say either you push or you pull in motivation, and that's the type of thing that you were getting from Conine. You were getting leadership, development, motivation, finance, support, family, culture. There wasn't a lot of things that I was missing, if anything, that I could probably think of that Conine does not offer at this moment. And I can say that as much of a cocky person I am sometimes, Jacob, I don't think I would be who I am right now unless that Conine organization gave me some of that structure, that foundation, and that discipline that I needed to kind of prepare me in my career. And I think those are some of the biggest things that I can take away from it. And it's definitely something I would highly suggest to anyone that's close to the Toledo area. I don't care if you work and you have a $95,000 job right now, or you're just looking for something entry level. There's something in this company for every single person. So shout out to Conine again. Obviously, I'm a product of the solution, and I'm a product of the process. So I can only thank Conine, thank Jacob so much, and I think we got a lot of things headed for us in our way.
That's good stuff. Now, talking to any of the young college graduates or even high schoolers out there, what advice would you give them? Young hustlers, young kids coming up through the programs in the world. What advice do you give to these guys? I feel like society misleads a lot of people. I spent 4 years, 50 grade on a piece of paper, wasn't guaranteed a job, had a negative stigma towards this industry, and obviously been able to change a lot of people's lives through this industry. So what advice do you have, someone coming up across that path here this coming 2 years? Good
question, Jacob. I would say the first piece of advice that I would be able to give anyone in that situation is watch who you take advice from. There's a lot of people that's around you, and I had to learn the hard way, Jacob, that the moment that you take someone's advice, you adopt their lifestyle. And I had to ask myself, were they in the position that I wanted to see myself in, or that I wanted to be in currently? And if the answer was no, unfortunately, Jacob, I really couldn't listen to them,
Yeah.
Going through high school, going through college, they're going to tell you a lot of things that's best for them, which they think is best for you. And I think that's where that missing gap is. I realized that my mother was against me in this industry. She didn't really kind of support me as much as I possibly wanted her to. And I know that's something that whether you're in high school, you're in middle school, you're in college, you're going to see. I went to college just to achieve that piece of paper because my family wanted me to. Not necessarily because I wanted to, So you're going to have those family members, those friends, that relationship that kind of does that to you. And sometimes you got to find out. My mother made no more than $30,000 a year, Jacob. And I was telling her I wanted to make $100,000. So one of the most disrespectful things I've probably ever told her, unfortunately, sorry about this world, was, Mom, don't you understand that giraffes and turtles can't see in the same plane? And I say all that to say this, Jacob, that if I can give you guys any advice, is watch who you take advice from, never quit, never give up, and at the end of the day, you gotta be relentless. You gotta be resilient. See, life is gonna be something. Either you're 16 right now, or you're 18, or you're younger. The difference is there's so many things that you're going to go through, Jacob. You're going to get kicked off the football team. You're going to get suspended from school. You're going to get a bad grade in college. But the people that make it in our industry, Jacob, is the same people that made it through those situations. So if I can tell you guys anything today, it would be watch who you take advice from and never give up and never quit. I learned a long time ago that the only way that you ever lose is when you quit.
Well, there you go. Coming from one of the best to ever do it. Straight out of Akron, Ohio. Toledo's very own. Antonio Wilbur.
Thanks for having me, Jacob.
Sorting Out World. Call us if you need us. Reach out. Click the link below. Click the link to the right, left, up, down. It's always somewhere. Add us on social media. And see you at the top.
Avalar Consulting. Check us out.